All-Section Class B. Joseph Alisawi, Pleasantville. Alisawi was the veteran leader who directed the offensive and defensive lines for the Panthers the last 2 seasons. This fall, he led the Panthers back to the Dome by dominating his side at tackle, recording 25 pancake blocks. He added 84 tackles and 6.5 sacks on defense, and was at his best in the state final when he posted 16 tackles. Luke Flanagan, Nanuet. The senior tight end was a reliable blocker in the Nanuet rushing attack while also leading the team in receiving. Flanagan was the identity of the Golden Knights defense, which overpowered teams at the line of scrimmage. He led the team with 65 tackles, including 15 tackles for loss and 5 sacks. George Galage, Byram Hills. Pound for pound, Galage was as impactful a football player as you'll find in Section 1 this season. He was the leader on both sides of the line for the Bobcats, serving as a punishing tackler. He recorded 124 tackles on the season, including 33 for loss, and had a defensive touchdown. The Bobcats ran almost exclusively behind big number 72 on offense, all the way to the Class B championship game. Ryan Horrigan, Pleasantville. On a defense loaded with playmakers, Horrigan managed to stand out among the rest. The junior middle linebacker led the team with 149 tackles over 12 games and had an astounding 22 tackles for loss. He added 5 sacks, 4 fumble recoveries, and broke up 8 passes in coverage. Horrigan had 18 solo tackles in the team's state semi and final contests. Gavin Jaworski, Byram Hills. Not even a mid-season injury could slow down Jaworski, an explosive, game-changing senior. In 8 contests, Jaworski went over 1,000 yards rushing with 9 touchdowns, saving some of his best performances for Byram Hills' 2 showdowns with Pleasantville. Jaworski is a star lacrosse recruit and will continue his career at Colgate University. Cooper Kitsley, Pleasantville. Another 2-year starter on the line for Pleasantville, Kitsley was a major headache at nose guard for opposing offenses. The run stuffer compiled 62 tackles and 3 sacks, anchoring a defensive unit that allowed 14 points or less in 10 of their 13 contests and reached the state final for the 2nd year in a row. James Moran, Nanuet. The dynamic running back was among the best at his position in the section the last 2 seasons. Moran ran for a school record 1,588 yards and 19 total touchdowns. On defense, he had 55 tackles and an interception, helping Nanuet to a 15-5 record the past 2 seasons and a pair of wins over Pearl River in the Little Brown Jug. Christopher Parks, HUD. The rugged two-way standout did a little bit of everything for the Sailors again this season. He was the focal point of the offense, mounting 1,041 yards and 15 touchdowns on the ground, powering his way for 7 yards per carry. He also led the team with 96 tackles on defense, rarely coming off the field in any game. Sean Siegel, Byram Hills. The senior tight end stepped in and became a dependable receiver in the Bobcats' explosive offense. This season, he caught 33 passes for 517 yards and 7 scores. Siegel was second on the team with 70 tackles and added 3 sacks and an interception on defense to guide Byram Hills to the Class B title game. Aiden Wells, Ardsley. The senior tight end emerged this season as a reliable weapon for the Panthers while anchoring the defense. Wells led the team with 59 tackles and had an astounding 17 tackles for loss, to go along with 4 sacks. He also led the team with 19 receptions and a couple of scores. Daniel Picard, Pleasantville. You might want to sit down for this one. Daniel Picard may have already cemented himself as the best player to ever come through Pleasantville High School, and he's only a junior. After a show-stopping breakout sophomore year, Picard was even better in every way this fall.
Back, Aiden looking his way, gonna heave it up to the end zone. Daniel Picard's got a step. Daniel Picard has the football, and he caught it in bounds with no time left.
He ran for 1,931 yards and 19 touchdowns. And as a receiver, he caught 42 passes for 421 yards and 7 more scores. He also intercepted 4 passes on defense, one of which he returned for a touchdown. Picard has over 5,000 career all-purpose yards and 55 touchdowns, which ranks 6th all-time in Section 1 history. Add in 2 state final appearances, and with 1 year left to play, we could be talking next year around this time about Picard being among the greats to ever play Section 1 football.